Joe and Tom from Drunkards of the Sun.
Another funky funk, drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunkards of the Sun. Anything your life's work could have been ahead of you. Tom and Joe from Drunkards of the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it.
Hey, welcome back to Drunkards of the Sun with Tom and Joe. And this week, we're going to kick off our favorite comic book sagas.
Sagas, son.
It ties into the last saga, I guess we had.
Last saga of
Drunkards
of the Sun comic books.
Exactly.
So this is like a comic book edition. And this week, we want to do some favorite sagas.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when we mean sagas, like story arcs, ones that we have that we're dope as fuck and we think are dope as fuck.
Exactly.
And you got some, you want to kick off on
I got some. I don't own this. This is one that I do own it. I don't know where it went. But it's a saga that I've always wanted to see as a movie, actually. It's Wolverine's Weapon X.
Oh, yeah.
The origin of Wolverine. And I thought, I know why they haven't done it. Because there's always been that popular belief that comic book movie can't be rated R.
Oh, but it has been.
Exactly.
Recently.
And I think now we might be closer than ever to seeing this on the big screen.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Weapon X storyline with Wolverine would be a great origin story for the character's reboot. You know, after Hugh Jackman, to start off with Weapon X. Because it's a great story. You don't even need a good actor. You can train him to be...
No, you need a good actor, Joe. You need a good actor.
I'm just saying Wolverine doesn't say shit the whole time, basically.
It's true. He's like, ah!
And he kills a bunch of people. But that's it. And I've always wanted to see that because it's... To us, was Wolverine's origin.
Oh yeah,
it was before the origin story where we learned his name and shit like
that. Well, they made comics of those and shit. That's why, like the X-Men Origins was. They had comics where they took that from. Yeah. But what he's talking about, it's just strictly the Weapon X project. Yeah. So it's not taken away from because the comic book origins that give him his name and all that shit. He still went through the Weapon X project.
Yes.
It's just this one part of his life is fucking crazy.
It is crazy. And to us when we were growing up, that's all we knew of his past. He came from Weapon X.
His Weapon X.
We didn't know anything previous to that. So there was a lot of questions that came through that, like, does he have claws? Does he have...
Oh, yeah.
You know, is that implanted in him and shit like that?
Right.
And we didn't know that until much later in the storyline. And it's just been something fascinating that I'd like to see. I have the trade paperback of the whole thing. I've read it. I have no idea where it's at. I think
he lost it.
I think it's at my mom's, but...
So one of his favorite books he lost. What the fuck, guys?
It's probably destroyed. But, yeah, that's a great saga. It's a saga that I would love to see as a film, but it's also a great saga on paper.
Oh, it is a great saga. I'll give him that one. It's a pretty good one. And I'm going to stick with Marvel then. So it's my turn?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, my turn. My first one I'm going to pull out is a Daredevil by Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. Joe Quesada did the art, and Kevin Smith did the did the writing. Wow. This story arc is the shit. This is, it's bad as fuck. This is a story arc where Kevin Page dies.
Karen Page.
Yeah, I say Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen Page dies. But I have that book. I have it.
Yeah,
where the fuck did it go?
He has the book. He has all of them.
I have, because it's number 7. I had it. It's not. It was here. Whatever. Anyways, fucking, it's a dope ass storyline. And what I like about it is because like fucking Mysterio is the fucking main villain.
Oh, yeah?
He ends up being the villain. Yeah, because because the whole time is Daredevil saves this little kid.
Okay.
He saves him from some demons. He believes they're demons from hell, and like it's like a god thing and shit. Turns out they were just Mysterio robots fucking and doing it. And Mysterio fucking ends up dying. Mysterio ends up dying because he's got like a disease and some shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy as fuck.
That is wild. Like
it's a badass fucking. It's a badass. I can see why that's a good pick.
Like I wouldn't expected it to be Mysterio at all.
No, nobody would expect it to be Mysterio.
That's wild.
And it turns out it was Mysterio, and it's a badass fucking storyline. Like I said, Kevin Smith is one of my heroes. I don't give a fuck. I love him. And in this storyline, is so badass because he draws off of like his because he was a Catholic kid.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He grew up in a Catholic home and all that. Same with Daredevil. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
he drove the parallel from his life.
So it's fucking in this. But then he makes it fucking crazy. Like it's just dope as fuck.
Wow,
it's a dope ass story arc.
That sounds amazing, and that's funny that.
And that's the story arc because during it, that's when Karen Page dies with Bullseye, and I know I have the book because I paid like $10 for it. And I don't know where it's at. I know it's not this one, but this is like one leading up to right to it. But anyways,
it sounds great. And funny thing is, like. Kevin Smith wrote Daredevil. It has like a semi-religious theme.
Yeah.
The Batman stories that I've got that Kevin Smith wrote
have religious themes?
Kind of. It's weird, but that's not one of my picks. my pick for Saga, I'm going to jump over to DC. And it's a saga that's relatively new, but I thought was really cool. I've got the trade paperback of the first half of it. Right here. Court of Owls.
Oh, that's a good one.
This is a great new story.
That's a newer one.
It's a newer one.
But it's good.
It's a really
that's Scott
good
Snyder
story.
And Greg Capullo.
Exactly.
Badass.
This is the first half. This is only half of it. It's decently thick. But what it is there's a secret society, kind of like Illuminati, in Gotham everywhere.
That's been there the whole time.
And Batman doesn't know about it.
Yep.
Like he is strongly believing that these people don't exist.
Yep.
He's like, that doesn't happen. I've investigated it many times. Like, you guys are fools. That's not it. And then by the end of this part, it's real.
It's real.
And Batman gets pretty messed up.
Oh, dude.
He gets pretty messed up in this.
He doesn't get just messed up in it. What ends up happening is the Court of Owls invade the Batcave. Like, they come to the Batcave, man. They go there and everything. They hold hostage. Like, that's a badass story arc, dude. Like, that's one of the best story arcs of the newer age.
The modern stuff.
Because he's absolutely right. Batman had no idea. Like, the Court of Owls was like a myth told in Gotham.
Yeah, and there was like nursery rhymes and shit about them.
Yeah, and then fucking and then came to find out like, oh, it's dope as fuck.
It's a real.
They got assassins that are fucking ancient that they like, cryogenic them and then they make them come alive. It's crazy as fuck.
And they wear these wild owl masks.
Well, what's crazy is the Talon. One of the Talons is Dick Grayson's. Great-grandfather?
Yeah, something like that. One of his... let me bring him up here. He is...
Bad as fuck.
It's a great storyline. Really cool idea. It's just like... It's something new and fresh to the Batman storyline because we've seen a lot of Joker. We've seen a lot of other things. I thought this was just original, kind of cool type deal. One funny thing I found out... when I was reading it, I felt like it was funny. But he's talking to... one of the Robins, I don't know if it's Dick or who, and he's like, the owls don't exist. I looked into them when I was like 12 years old, and I know that they're not real. And I'm like, dude, you were 12 years old. 12 years old.
But they are real.
Yeah. But it's a great story. Check it out if you haven't read it. Court of Owls. And then followed by, I don't know if it's in the comic book version, but the second volume is called City of Owls. Because they're unleashed upon Gotham. A whole fuck ton. That's what the last...
That's when they take over... Yeah, I got the fucking... I got the real issues.
But here's the last panel right there where they're all releasing the Talons on the Gotham. Like, bam! And I'm wondering, how the fuck does Batman do it? I'll have to check it out because I haven't read City of Owls.
I own it. I own all that shit.
I know you do.
Anyways,
that's my second saga. Batman, Court of Owls.
I'm going to stick with Batman, too. because this saga is called A Lonely Place to Die.
Ooh,
this
sounds fun.
This is when so Jason Todd has just he's dead.
Okay,
right?
Jason Todd. Okay, this is
after Jason Todd died.
Yeah.
Batman's in a bad place. Right? So this kid named Tim Drake.
Ooh, Tim Drake.
He knows that Batman needs a sidekick to not be such an asshole and destroy criminals.
Yeah.
So he goes on an escapade you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a storyline where it shows that Tim Drake becomes Robin and he figures out who Batman is.
On his own?
On his own.
Oh, wow.
And he meets Dick Grayson and goes to the Titans.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I can't elaborate more on that, but that's pretty much the storyline. I love it. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It sounds like a good
badass
story.
book. And I'm telling you.
I remember seeing that. That's a pretty...
Yeah, but this is when he becomes Robin.
Yeah, that's a pretty
iconic...
So
Tim Drake becomes Robin.
Yeah. That is so
Lonely Place to Die. There's Nightwing.
Yeah.
Nice. Lonely Place to Die. It's a badass book. Because what it is, it's all about Batman's sadness of like, he's not...
Batman without Robin?
No, he's more vicious.
Oh, he needs
someone to keep him from being so hard. Okay. Huh. So that was the whole premise. Like the whole premise is like someone needs to keep him from being like destroy someone.
I think that almost might be a callback to did Dark Knight Returns come out before this? Probably? No,
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because he's pretty vicious.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, but he's more vicious in this because the Joker killed his sidekick.
Exactly, but
that's why he's like fuck everyone. He's like
Robin's dead in Dark Knight too. Dark Knight Returns until the girl comes back.
Is he?
I think so because doesn't he have like Robin's uniform?
Yeah, but it could be Jason Todd's uniform.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. It could be. All right, so moving on. I'm going to jump back to Marvel, I think. The biggest saga that I've already talked about, but I'm going to elaborate even more. I'm going to go back to Fatal Attractions.
Oh, shit.
If Fatal Attractions... If I did an X-Men saga, Fatal Attractions would be included in the X-Men saga on the big screen. For me.
Really?
Yeah, but you'd have to do it in a certain way where you... let Wolverine develop as a character before this happens.
Yeah.
Because you need to see how badass he is with his adamantium.
Yeah.
Before he gets it taken out. But I would make this maybe X-Men movie 2. I would say this would be my second X-Men movie if I did a 4-part X-Men series. But what happens in this, as I touched on previously... Magneto is thought to be dead before this storyline. He dies.
Look at the fucking visuals, though.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's so dope, dude.
It is so dope. But up until this storyline comes out in X-Men, like, number 4 of this run, he gets supposedly blown up with his team. And when he comes back for this storyline, it's only like 20 comics later. But still, like, he reveals himself to be back. The Alkalites are back. It's a big fight between the X-Men and Magneto. I already talked about the events that happened in this, but also something that happens is Colossus' sister dies of the Legacy virus.
Oh, shit. She dies in that?
In the one before this. Uncanny X-Men. She dies in the Uncanny X-Men. And there's a whole funeral, and the Alkalites and Magneto crash it and, like, fight everybody. It's a pretty wild storyline.
He said it fights everybody.
But I would follow this up with, alright, this would be X-Men number 2, the movie, right? Now, at the end of this movie, there was an iconic scene. I don't have the comic book anymore. I think I sold it. But it led up to the Onslaught storyline. If you know what Onslaught is,
shit, yeah.
Onslaught is a result of what happens in this very book in Fatal Attractions. So
really?
It'd be a good fault. Yes, because Onslaught's the creation of Magneto and Xavier together.
Right.
Yeah. And so
that's what happened. So what happened?
Well, in this book, Xavier
takes his mind away.
Takes his mind away.
Right.
But it's inside Xavier now. So the two together become Onslaught. And that's where Onslaught comes from, is this very book, basically. And I had X-Men, it's an Uncanny X-Men or X-Men after this one, where the last panel is Xavier's room's trashed.
And it's fucking dope ass cover, man.
And like his wheelchairs are busted up and shit. And it was just like the final scene, like, what the fuck happened to Xavier? And then Onslaught comes out. And it's a big Avengers Marvel crossover, which I think the Onslaught series is pretty cool. And it's also, I don't know how revered it is today. I feel like it's another huge event from the late 90s that I don't hear much about today, but it's another anniversary event. So Onslaught must have been 40 years. I'd almost imagine.
Really?
Something. We'll see.
That's crazy, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to find my Maximum Carnage because I was gonna keep it in Marvel with my next fucking pick. And I can. But fuck it. I'm gonna keep it Marvel this way. So I was gonna pull out Maximum Carnage because I have those books. I don't know where they're at right now, but I have them. But instead, I'm gonna go Executioner's Song.
Oh shoot! The saga before.
The saga before what Joe's been talking about.
Like for 2 episodes. But man, what happens in that? I don't know a lot about.
So
I know
what it is Cable comes back and he's trying to. They try to kill the professor.
Okay.
So the professor gets shot. I got all fucking books. I thought I was missing one, but I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Look, I can't even pull them all apart.
That's a long. That's a long.
That's one story arc.
Wow.
That's one story arc, right? So, ends up happening is Cable fucking comes back from the future to prevent Professor Xavier from dying because somebody comes and is gonna whack him, which is the executioner, right?
Ooh.
So fucking. It's just the whole thing. Apocalypse is in it.
Strife's in it, right?
Strife is in it.
I believe that's the origin of the Legacy virus.
Yeah.
In this one.
Yeah, because that's what Xavier has. Is the Legacy virus during this.
Oh wow.
See, I'm just not doing very good at explaining it. I'm too drunk.
Yeah, we're getting there.
And I'm there. Like I was trying to find Maximum Carnage. I was like, I can talk about that more, but instead. Just this comic I had since I was fucking 10.
Oh shit! Which one is it? X Factor? X Force?
Oh no, this.
But
X-Men,
fun fact about
this
Strife,
X-Men one.
If you don't know,
Strife. He's the clone of Cable.
Exactly. Wild.
Dope.
And Cable is Jean Grey and Scott Summers' son, right?
Yes. See Strife.
I always liked his outfit. I thought
it's
Strife.
Dope. But see, Apocalypse is all up in this fucking shit too,
They got all the villains. I mean, Magneto's.
I got all 14 books, son. All 14 books.
Anyways,
well, I guess.
I think this is the end of our Sagas episode. Hope you enjoyed this wild ride we had through favorite
Sagas. It's shorter than 28 minutes. Last 10 can be cut.
But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you loved our. Oh shit! So. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook,
Instagram,
Spotify,
YouTube,
all that shit. Anchor,
and more.
Yep.
Anchor, yeah. Check out Anchor.
And we'll see you in another 100 episodes.
Hopefully. Peace.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
And thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun.
So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram. We're posting new shit every week.
See ya.